Hi, this is Mr. Zarzak, and in this screencast tutorial, I'm going to take you through how Honors Physics organizes resources on our Schoology group. So let's jump over to Schoology. This is what you'll see right when you get to the group. It's the updates page. This is a good place to keep tabs on announcements that we make that pertain to everyone who's enrolled in the course, whether they're Mr. Zarzak students or Mr. Medic students. I'm going to click down on the right-hand side here to where it says Resources. This is where we keep everything. Starting from the very top, the first thing you're going to see is a link to the unit plan that the course is currently in right now. So our first unit is motion. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that link. And this is going to open up a Google Sheets. And so this is our course calendar. We ask that the students keep an eye on this because this is what the instructors are going to look at. And this takes us through day by day what's happening in the class and what files the instructors will be using. The things that are big and upcoming, like the district pretest, is in red. Labs we put in green. The blue files are all files that we use in class. So it's a really easy way to see if anything's coming up. And most importantly, when there'll be assessments. I'm going to jump back over to the resources area, and I want to talk a little bit about the folders. So in the course introduction folder, that's the first one. There's a whole bunch of goodies in here, starting with the instructor syllabi. There you'll find both myself and Mr. Medic's syllabus for the current school year if you ever need to access that. Practical information is just that, okay? So it's information that you might find useful, like, hey, here's a list of materials that you'll need for the course. Here's our lab policy, and here's the note structure we'd like you to use in Notability. Under the next folder is the reference material. These will be things that you're going to want to look at throughout the year, and the folder descriptions essentially say what I am right now. If I open this up, okay, here's things that will come up again and again throughout the year. So every chapter has a chapter outline. There's a safety contract, the science manual that's filled with all kinds of goodies. We work in metrics, so metric prefixes, tutorials on significant figures, graphing, and algebra, and the list goes on and on. Lots of good stuff in there. Zooming down a little bit, lab book information. Okay, all kinds of examples, the rubric that we'll use, questions and answers, all kinds of good information in there as well. And then finally, the textbook. The textbook is all right here. This is organized by chapter, and then the answers to the odd number problems in the book are there as well if you're looking for extra practice. I would suggest that you import the chapters that we are covering into Notability so that you can annotate them for your own notes. Jumping out of the course introduction materials, below that is the unit materials. Okay, so we've only got the first 3 units up right now. More will be up soon, but even with what we have here right now, this will actually take us through Thanksgiving break. So plenty of information there. Open up that first unit folder. Okay, and the nice part about this is that each of these folders, the subfolders inside, are all organized the same way. The first thing that you see is the motion unit outline. This is exactly the same as the unit plan that's listed at the very top of the resource page. This is going to change as we change units. So like in a few weeks from now when we're learning about vectors, instead of at the top of the page seeing H unit plan 01 motion, you'll see the unit plan link for vectors. However, you can always access old unit plans inside the specific unit folders. Underneath here in the white folder, this is the lecture file. So any of the presentations that we do in class, this is where you'll find PDF files of those lecture notes. Good for reference. Under our lab handouts, if you ever lose your lab, you want an extra copy of the lab, or you just want to read the lab way ahead of time, it's all right here. Very often in class, okay, we'll do worksheets and other activities that are designed to prepare you for assessments and labs. Here's where you can get copies of those, so think if it gets handed out on paper in class, you're going to find it right here under practice files. And then finally, review materials. These are the things that you're going to want to look at when it gets close to test time. So spend some time browsing through those review materials, and you'll see that it's pretty consistent from unit to unit, the types of things we store here. And there's a lot of good information there as well. Well, that's about it. This is Honors Physics, and I'm Mr. Zarzak saying thanks for watching. As always in physics, we're always trying to get better. So if you have any suggestions about how we might organize our own information better within Schoology, please just let us know. Thank you.